Welcome to this explainer. You know that feeling when you're just incredibly frustrated? Maybe you're angry or you just feel entirely stuck in life? Well, today we're breaking down exactly why that is, and it boils down to one simple, powerful concept: sacrifice equals success. Think of it like a system upgrade. The reason you feel so bitter or stuck right now is because life is literally demanding an internal software upgrade from you, but you're still trying to run on a completely obsolete operating system. Look at this quote right here. You're functioning on an old software internally, and life is demanding an upgrade. Hit the nail on the head, right? I mean, how many times have your internal alarms gone off telling you it's time to evolve, and you just keep hitting that snooze button? You tell yourself, oh, I'll do it tomorrow or next week for sure. You've got to snap out of it. To get a seat at the table of your own future, you have got to sacrifice the person you used to be. Sacrifice is literally the price of admission. You have to get to a point where you say, I don't care what people think. I don't care if I look crazy. I am going to fulfill my destiny.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Phase 1, the required patch. Subtitle, Sacrificing Time and Comfort.
So, the reality is, college isn't high school, and the real world definitely isn't college. Every single new season of your life is going to require a completely updated version of you. You can't keep showing up as your old self and expect to thrive or honestly even survive. And it all starts with time. We all only get 24 hours in a day, no exceptions. And the data tells us a really hard truth. Whatever we spend our time on, that's what we actually value most. Look at how it's split up here. You've got your sleep, your work or school, and then there's that slice of wasted time. If you want that future you're always dreaming about, you're gonna have to sacrifice that wasted time slice. You absolutely cannot binge watch your favorite shows every single day, scroll social media endlessly, do whatever you want, and still expect to manifest your goals. It's just not gonna happen. When you wanna just zone out with a movie, you've gotta pick up a book instead.
So the crucial point here is that comfort and success, they simply cannot walk together. They are fundamentally incompatible. If you are going to achieve your biggest goals, you have got to break out of your comfort zone. Maybe you've got massive financial goals, relational goals, or health goals, but right now, you're just too comfortable. You might be comfortable staying in a toxic relationship or comfortable being out of shape, but to genuinely upgrade your system, you have to get flat out tired of being comfortable. That naturally brings us to phase 2, uninstalling obsolete programs, or deleting the past self. There's this very specific irritation, almost like an anguish, that we all carry when we try to step into a brand new season of life while still running the old version of ourselves. Think about it. Running old software in a new environment, that creates a massive system conflict. You need to literally find a mirror and say goodbye to the old version of yourself. You've got to stop celebrating those tiny wins from high school or coasting on what you accomplished 5 years ago. That version of you is entirely obsolete now. Actually, scratch that. It's worse than obsolete. It's holding you back. Look in that mirror, truly say goodbye, and focus 100% of your energy on making yourself incredibly proud over the next 3 to 6 months.
Moving right along to phase 3, deleting malware and confronting fear and vices.
And this brilliantly illustrates what we're up against: fear. But notice the definition here: disguised as a planning agent or processing, the act of waiting to start. Because fear isn't always shaking in your boots, right? Often it sneaks in disguised as a highly rational planning agent. You tell yourself, oh, I'm just processing everything. I'm just planning it out, waiting for the perfect moment. But let's be real. In reality, you're just waiting to start because you're terrified of rejection or you're terrified of change. You're sleeping on your own potential. You have to break through this and tell yourself, I am absolutely not afraid of pursuing my objectives. Let's look at the specific deep-seated system viruses you need to actively delete. Fear of rejection and change, along with pride and ego, are right at the top. But then we have the everyday physical and financial vices. Trying to lose weight? Your malware is the junk food, the ice cream, chips, the cupcakes. Want to get financially fit? Your virus is splurging on unnecessary clothes and recreation. You might need to surrender these things for a month, a quarter, or even a full year, because building this takes a lifetime of discipline. And hey, be incredibly careful with social media obsession. It is a beautiful servant, but a terrible, terrible master. If you aren't careful, it will easily possess you.
Which brings us to a really heavy, hard-hitting question. Can you surrender what is possessing you? I want you to take a second and really think about that. Can you surrender your social media? Can you surrender your time, your mind, your own stubborn will? You have got to make the active choice to stop choosing the very things that are killing your destiny, period. If something isn't actively serving your vision, it is possessing your potential, and it's gotta go.
And that brings us to the final step of our upgrade, Phase 4, System Reboot and the Price of the Future.
Let's move to this timeline and see how this all builds. If you are going to manifest this amazing higher quality of life, you are going to need absolute stamina. Because there is a literal physical price to the future. It starts with those late PM hours, pushes straight into the early mornings, we're talking 3, 4, 5 a.m., and finally, that leads to your destiny manifested. Look, you cannot realize your future if you're sleeping when the rest of the world sleeps. You have to learn how to get up while everyone else is still cozy in bed. Sometimes that means no friends, no family hanging out, just pure, relentless focus.
If you're going to be extraordinary, you can't make ordinary sacrifices. Listen, the future is very, very expensive. Everybody makes ordinary sacrifices in life, sure, but extraordinary sacrifices? That is on a completely different level. This means you must cut off toxic people who you've kept around but who add zero value to your life. You have to surrender anything and anyone that no longer serves your ultimate vision. You've got to give everything you have, knowing that in the end, it's going to be absolutely worth it. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this one provocative question. What extraordinary sacrifice will you make today? It is time to ditch that fleeting 30-day mentality and commit for the rest of your life. Life is demanding an upgrade from you right now. That old software simply will not carry you into your next season. So execute your system upgrade today, leave your comfort zone behind, and step fully into the extraordinary.